How we doing, everyone? Welcome to The Wit. On this episode, I interviewed Matt Komaroski, social media manager for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Matt was an awesome guest. He told his whole story from beginning to end of his career, playing baseball at Pacific University, Oregon, where he got his first crack at taking over a social media account. It was the Pacific Athletics page that he got a chance to take the reins and really make it his own. He loved it, and he loved his time with Pacific and with baseball. He told some great stories with his time on the team. And it was while he was also at Pacific where he got an internship with the Portland Pickles, which sounds ridiculous to say the Portland Pickles, but it's this semi-professional baseball team that has a strong foothold in that specific area and probably in other places across the nation. He worked for them, and he credits that internship to his mentality and to what he thinks of content creation now and what he thinks about life through the people he met. He learned a lot, and he loved it, and we talked extensively about that experience. And that led to London, where it was after he graduated from college. We met on this living sport trip to London, and he was great, and he was awesome. He was I know he's gonna kill me for saying this, but he was the MVP of the trip. He created social media content while we were there. Part of the trip was going to the London series game featuring the Mets and the Phillies, and he created stuff at the stadium while we were in London touring. It was really good. He really just took advantage of the chance to be there, and so it was definitely a deserved MVP. But he's just a great dude, and since I started this, I knew that he was going to be a great guest. And I think it was less than a month after that trip he got a job with the Steelers, and he's been there ever since. He's living in Pittsburgh right now. Most of the brain rot and the Victory Monday stuff you might see, that's from him, and he does a great job with it. He definitely he has some pride in that stuff too. It's funny to him. That's kind of his personality, and it works. It's great stuff. That aside, I also want to handle some logistics. So we're just only gonna do business with Bill, and then Ball with Bill will be a separate episode. So it'll be a lengthy interview with one-on-one with the interviewee, so we can really just go into their journey and their life story. And then with Ball with Bill, that'll be its own lengthy, maybe not as long type of interview, and just more conversation. They're both conversations, but this one's a little different. But they'll be their own separate episodes, not all into one thing. I want to give both their own space to really go deep into conversations and topics, and I think it'll get a lot better stuff with it, and I'll be able to post more. So, those two things out of the way, I'll shut up and let me introduce Matt Komaroski again, joining me on The Wit. So, thank you so much again for joining me. Enjoy the show. All right, joining me now, we have someone who's been all over the nation and the world, part-time Paul Skeen's doppelganger, a full-time Yinzer, an employee of the Pittsburgh Steelers, my friend, Matt Komaroski.
Billy, it's fantastic to be here. Thanks for having me. I won't say much about the Paul Skeens. I'm trying to keep that cool, but if anybody's got any kids' birthday parties, they need a Paul Skeens lookalike, just let me know. I charge a cheap rate.
Oh, okay. So now we're trying to actually make money off it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna happen, I might as well.
When did that? I feel like that always was a thing with the stash, at least.
Yeah, so when I moved here to Pittsburgh, I grew the stash out the fall of my senior year of college, and I got it like once or twice from a teammate. I think I got it once at least. I can't remember from who, but I just remember. So when I moved here, like for some reason in my head, like Pittsburgh to me is a mustache town. Like if there's ever a town that will you know go full out, I would go all out for a mustache for, it's Pittsburgh. So I was like, let me send it. And then yeah, like 2 weeks after I started growing it, I was getting Skeens comparisons. It was pretty nuts.
I think Pittsburgh is absolutely the mustache town. If there is a place in the world in the U.S., it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean,
where else would you rather be? I don't know what other city would be a stash town. I guess I would say somewhere in the Midwest. Maybe the Midwest.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If we're gonna really think about it, like maybe Montana, Wyoming,
Yeah.
Something like that. But if I'm thinking like a real hearty mustache, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh.
Yes, I'm with you on that one. So I want to start you off with a fun, not so fun question that I thought of because I want to hit you with a little bit of a curveball.
Okay, word.
Would you rather never listen to another Zach Bryan song again and completely forget you ever saw him in concert, or have an unreasonable and unexplainable hatred for Ted Lasso?
My guy.
I'm sorry.
My guy.
I'm sorry. I don't know why you signed up to do this.
Okay, yeah, I have a thing I gotta go do actually. It's
okay.
It's taking up a lot of my I gotta.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Dude, okay. The first one was never know about Zach Bryan ever again.
Yeah, pretty much never know about him. Like everything like Zach Bryan is gone.
Gone. Period.
Gone. Like,
Smell you later.
That's it.
I don't know, dude. You've put me in a corner here. I'm such a music lover.
Yeah.
But I think I'm a bigger Ted Lasso lover. Hey, Stash. Come on.
That's true.
Come on.
Okay.
That's inspo.
So what's your answer?
I think I would rather never know Zach Bryan, and that's coming from a guy who's seen him I think 5 times.
You saw him once in London too.
Twice.
You saw him twice. Oh
yeah, dude. Twice.
So, all right, the big Zach Bryan guy is Bryan with his dog Ted Lasso. Okay, that's
I mean, hey, after Zach Bryan, I went to Richmond and I hung out at the pub Ted hangs out at. Yeah. I'm a large, massive Ted Lasso fan. I think that will trump everything. I'll save it. I have Ted merch.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I hate to say this, I haven't seen it yet. I feel like it's gonna break your heart. I'm sorry. I got to see it. I know it's really good. A bunch of my friends have seen it. You are a testament already.
Billy, we were there
to watch it. I know we were there. We were
physically there.
And we were there.
I expect more out of you.
Yeah, I know. It's not good journalism by me.
But okay.
So
I got to have much time for you to watch.
No, I know. We might have to do a watch session or something. But so, Matt. Anyway, grew up in Florida. But then you went to play baseball for Pacific, right? That's kind of.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I remember when you first told me that when we met up, that just felt so insane to me going from actually one end of the country to the other. What was that like for you?
It was always something it was always something I wanted to do. And I was on the whole, recruiting trail and was going to like camps and schools in Florida around me, like in the Southeast. Just kind of on the eastern side of the U.S. and I kept pestering my parents. I was like, I really want to go see out west. I really want to try it out and see what's out there. And eventually we did. But that was always something in me. I always kind of had a hunch or like an itch to go west and see the country and what it had to offer. Yeah,
and then so you played baseball there. You pitched. What was it like? Like, what was the college baseball experience for you?
Nothing will compare. Like that's the good old days. Like that's even 2 years removed. Like I can tell you, like that's the good old days. It was just, dude, D3 is another animal. Just because like there's no athletic money, there's no NIL, and like the group of dudes you're with is just like a group of dudes that really wants to play baseball and really wants to be there. And when you got 50-something dudes that would punch their grandmother just to step on the field and play a game, like strictly for the love of the game, like
yeah.
It's a group of dudes that wanted it really bad, and that made for some really good baseball, albeit at the D3 level.
punch a grandmother to play baseball. That is the first time I've heard that.
Hey,
That's passion.
It's a special kind of culture that we had over there at Pacific. It was really fun to be a part of.
And then that kind of ties into when you started doing stuff for the Pacific Red Den. When did that start? Was that kind of when you first got to Pacific, or were you already a couple years in?
No, I was already a few years in. I was like halfway through my time there. My choice in where I went to school was 100% dependent on if I could play baseball there. And I went through, I literally every school across the country I have either shaken a hand or sent an email or been in front of. And Pacific was the one school that said, hey, if you show up, you have a spot here. And every other kind of school and place I'd been was just like, yeah, you can, I'm not guaranteeing you anything, but you can show up. And that really didn't sit right with me, at least in the form of security of oh, do I have a spot on this team? And when I went out there, the coach that recruited me read the spreadsheet wrong when I was at his camp, or at sort of collective college camp, and he thought I was from California. And I was the one kid not from the West. And he was like, oh, I know this name, slide over California, and sent me an email. And when I showed up to Pacific, he was like, dude, I told myself if you showed up, I would just offer you a spot just because you came all this way. And I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so it was just kind of a mistake on reading the spreadsheet is how I got to play college baseball.
That's kind of crazy I don't know, I feel like that's a million different things in one, with just going out and just wanting to go somewhere else, right? Get away from home, just, go to the other side of the country. But then also the coach respected that because he read the spreadsheet wrong. He gave you a spot just because you went.
No,
that's it.
Big love. I mean, that's the program. That's there was such an emphasis on developing guys that hey, it's the Division III level where we're not getting the most highly skilled guys, but if we get guys who want it and want to keep playing and get better, we're gonna put together a pretty good team if everyone's got the heart. So big shout out Kyle Treadway. I love you, man. Thanks for reading that spreadsheet wrong. Brought me to where I am today. But I didn't really know what I wanted to study. I just knew hey, I want to play baseball. I'll figure it out later. I've always had this dream of hey, I want to make movies. I'll study film. That was just kind of an out there thing. I was like, hey, movies are fun. I like movies. Movies are fun. I want to make a movie. I'll study film, and we'll figure out how I can make it work after the fact. I just want to play ball. And it wasn't until towards the end of my sophomore year that I got involved with our Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC for short, which I think is at every school, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we had an SC, it was called SAB for us, Student Activities Board. So
gotcha.
Same thing.
Yeah, I was one of two of our team reps there my sophomore year, and by the end of sophomore year, that's what year was that? That's 2021 going into 2022, and it was that point in time our COVID restrictions were getting lifted, as in we're good to no longer there's not a requirement to wear masks everywhere anymore. We're gonna let fans back into stadiums, or back into games, excuse me. We're gonna get rid of our 6 feet rule.
6 feet, that's it. Stay away.
So all that was kind of going away towards the end of my sophomore year. We were getting back to quote normal, but for people like me and freshmen that year, even juniors who got their first half of their year or their second half of their year, shut down, didn't know what normal was, because all we knew was hybrid classes, 6 feet apart, no social gatherings, no nothing of the sort. So it was really new territory, which is odd because we were going back to a normal, but it was new to us. And we'd kind of floated out a sort of initiative of okay, how can we get people to come to games again? because nobody knows they can come to games. They've all been told they can't. Like, how do we figure that out? And that's where Red Den kind of started to come back. It obviously went away with the COVID restrictions that we had, and it was the first I had heard of it towards the end of my sophomore year, and it was like, hey, we need somebody to like bring this back to life. And I was one of a few people that were like, yes, I'm down, let's do it, let's figure it out. So I was on the executive board for the entirety of my junior year, and it coincided with my torn labrum. I had a pretty gnarly, it's considered a career-ending injury for a lot of people, for pitchers especially, but for a lot of people. I tore my labrum in my throwing shoulder in the conference championship game my sophomore year. I was throwing like 4 no-hit innings or something like that, and yeah, I think I don't know when I tore it. I just kind of came out the next inning and was throwing. It was like a shotgun blast of like, I have no idea where this ball is going. Couldn't feel any pain, got pulled, and we went on to win, which is sweet. But when you're realizing that something's wrong as you're celebrating, it's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. So I got that checked out, needed surgery. Got to miss the entire postseason run, or not. I unfortunately had to miss the entire postseason run, which really sucked because it's just like I'm in Florida, and the team's in, I don't know where they were, California or Texas. Like, I'm watching on the TV, I'm in a sling, like I cannot move. I was sleeping upright on our living room couch the entire summer because I couldn't lay down. It was a lot of stuff that my like new role as like sort of heading Red Den at that moment in time, like perfectly coincided with my sudden free time, that I was like, okay, let me take this seriously. Like, maybe this is something I can like spend my time with, because I'm not going to spend all this time playing baseball anymore, or at least in the capacity that I once did. And I was spending the entire summer, I was just at my computer every day in a sling, like right here, just one-handed, like teaching myself Photoshop, like trying to learn keys and all that, and to like prepare for the school year, because I wanted to sort of like, my goal on getting people to understand what Red Den is and learn that they can show up to games was through social media, because it's like, that's where everybody is. That's really where people are. Like, if you're going to look up anything, you're probably going to check social media. So that's kind of where the little sprinkles of hey, maybe social media can be a thing for me started, was because of a torn labrum.
But it's crazy that, like you just said, that torn labrum started it all, and that sucked. Of course it did.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna like sit here and say you're a competitor. You played baseball your life. You just got recruited there for the one school, the coach that just accidentally got you a spot. Like, that is terrible.
Yeah.
But then you got this thing, right? You know, it's like,
it was a crazy story. I was supposed to play summer ball in South Florida that summer. Mm-hmm. Like, I had a lease for an apartment like down in around like Lauderdale, Miami. I had already like put the deposit in. Like, I was gonna pitch that summer. I got pretty good as far as D3 goes. Like, that year.
You could flex. No, come on.
I got pretty.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I was okay.
4 2/3 no hit innings in the conference championship game. Let's go.
I could throw it pretty hard. Yeah, and then it happened, and I had to just eat that lease. And it was like, I had a plan in motion to be like, hey, maybe I can get some looks here from other team schools. Maybe I can figure out a pathway to maybe a higher level. And then that got taken away from me and left me with, okay, what's right in front of me? What can I do at my school now?
And like, that kind of just shifted for you right away. Was there ever a moment where you wanted to get back to baseball, or was it already too late and you kind of already started doing social that you just felt like, I'm just going to lock it in?
So after that summer, I kind of figured out like, hey, I got pretty into graphic design. Like, just the way I started doing the social for Red Den was like, hey, let me make a graphic each week, like highlighting like let's highlight a game a week that people can go to. Like what's the bare minimum people can do? It's just show up to this one game. Like let's concentrate all our people. Like if you're making a plan to go to a game this weekend, make sure it's this one game. Like let's just blow it out the water. And it really did kind of take off. So that was like where my focus was how can I build this into something more? How can I build like my skills to make this something more? It was really just kind of like I needed to learn as much as I could about anything Adobe, Photoshop, Premiere, like needed to learn. I just needed to do and learn, and baseball definitely took a backseat my junior year. And I didn't really think about baseball at all. Like I wanted to quit after my junior year. But I had a mentor at when I worked for the Portland Pickles he had a similar experience playing football of like a torn ACL, and he wanted to be done with it and move on, but had people that told him to stick with it. Like the moment that you return to play and you step back onto the field, like it's incomparable to anything else in your life. And he just kept telling me that. And when school came back for my senior year, I was like, all right, like I don't know how it feels. Like I'm just gonna send it. And I did, and made the return, and it was a lot of pain. I had to go through a lot of pain, and it just made the moment I had back, like stepping on the mound for the first time and being able to 4-pitch walk somebody, like just being able to get the ball across the plate, like just throwing 4 straight balls was enough to make me cry on the mound. Like it was crazy.
Dude, I think back, was that the video that you put on your YouTube? Was like, I think it was like one of the first videos you had. It was, yeah. I think it was like Life Right Now or something. It was one of the first ones of you pitching. Yeah. And you were mic'd up. You were talking about, oh, it hurts, like as yeah. as you pitched. But that was like part of the lead up.
Yeah, that's in the middle of my senior year. I'm trying to get back on the mound. That video, like that's crazy. You've seen it, like I just brought it up because it's like if I were to sum up like what that experience was, it's that video. Like it's the pain, it's the try, like it's over and over again. It's coming back each week to throw a bullpen even though it hurt, because I had that goal of just I need to get back in a game and I need to just do it one more time.
Was that just like a put on a bow on it moment for you, because you already shifted to wanting to try something with social, with Red Den, or maybe you had just a different change, whether it was social or not. You just wanted to change away from baseball, but something in you just felt like you had to like cap it off.
Yeah, absolutely. Like at that point, I had already spent a summer working with the Portland Pickles. Like I was pretty heavy into social that summer, and we can talk about that too. Like it's just a crazy summer.
Please, yeah.
But at that point, I had kind of realized, like, hey, baseball is not going to last forever, as everyone realizes, aside from, like, the 1% that are still, that are doing it professionally.
Yeah.
It was just, that was an understanding I had, was like, yeah, this isn't, my time's brief here. Like, I don't have much time left, so I'm gonna take what I have left and just throw everything I can to make it something. And yeah, getting back on the mound was a perfect bow on it. Like 2 others. So I pitched, like, after that first time back, I pitched 1 other time. And then the next time I tore it again.
If there wasn't enough just to tell you, you're done, that kind of did it.
No, yeah. When I told my coach, I was like, hey, Bill's like, it's torn. Like I'm done for. I mean, we were all pretty emotional about it, because 2 weeks before we were all emotional that I was back. Like, Matty K is so back. Like, we're so ready. Like, let's go. And then 2 weeks later, it's like, yep, all right. It was pretty emotional, but like I was between like me and my coach, I was the even keel one, because I had already made that piece in my head of like, hey, if this is it, this is it. Like I know I gave it all, and my heart is set on something else. Like I know baseball is just, it's ending. This is it. I was already at peace with that.
So then let's talk about the Pickles, because as crazy as it sounds, as also introducing that just me thinking about it is kind of weird, but let's
Right.
talk about the Pickles. You had a mentor. You spent the summer interning, doing everything. First, talk about the a million hats you have to wear with working in minor league baseball.
Dude, not even minor league baseball. We were
Oh,
collegiate
you're
summer,
collegiate. Yeah, okay, yeah.
collegiate wood bat summer league. Yeah, West Coast League. Which if I were to try to compare it to anything, for anyone that like doesn't get it, it's like think Cape Cod League. It's just the other side of the country is equivalent to that. Like it's really good baseball, really good college baseball. But yeah, dude, the Pickles. Where do I even start? The amount of like, yes, you wear a lot of hats at the minor league level. I'm not. There's zero knock on that. The collegiate level, like this is grassroots. Like interns are doing everything. Like we had a few people, like VP, GM. We had social and market. Like one dude doing social and marketing. Like it's such a small operation that's fueled by intern work, like unpaid intern work, and it's like it sounds like, oh, why would you do that? But like that was such an experience that shaped who I am now and who I am today, that I would do it over again, like tomorrow if it showed up. Like, if I got asked to, I would do it again. But yeah, so I took an unpaid internship with the Pickles, and there was a group of like 25 of us interns, and we all came in with a range of like hey, like I want to do ticket sales, I want to learn marketing, I want to learn event ops. They had a pretty solid merchandise foothold like in the Portland community. Like there's so much pickle stuff around Portland that they have a really good merch setup, that people came in like, hey, I want to strictly learn like merchandise.
Because the Pickles already had such a a brand there.
Yeah, it's they got a pretty solid foothold.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so because of that, we had this crazy chance to put on a party for Portland every day for the whole summer, and yeah, it's insane thinking about just like all that we could do. Like we threw on a fair. I was in a dunk tank one night. Dude, I can't even.
You were Dylan, right?
I mean, me and Dylan were close close colleagues.
Sorry, I don't mean to air anything out. This is speculation, by the way.
This is strictly speculation. Yeah.
Right. I've heard through the grapevine.
I do happen to have a stunt reel, amateur stunt reel.
You do.
But me and Dylan, we're boys. We're boys.
I saw that he just met Speed, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did see that. I'm glad for him. That's it's an interesting video.
That's a great crossover.
It is.
Never thought I'd see it, but here we are. So with the Pickles, what was your mentor? Because I think that's something that everyone has to have, and the fact that you had one through this team, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, really like a few mentors. Our like, I don't even know what his position was at that. I think maybe event ops, but he managed all of the interns. His name's Tyler Nelson. Love you, dude. Miss you. Yeah, he was like kind of like he was like kind of like who we would go to if we needed if we had any questions, needed anything. Because at the end of the day, like we needed to set up and break down the entire field, the entire stadium every day. So he was the person we were dealing with the most. And then in the free time that we had, I would go to this guy named Matt Schwarzler, who is an SID. I don't know where, but he's an SID now, which it's a good setup for him. He also had to wear so many hats because of how small the operation is, that he was social, he was marketing, he was everybody was kind of dabbling in everything because you have to at that level. And he was the first person that was he was the first person that I sort of saw like myself, like where I could end up. It was like the first like, oh, this is what this looks like. This is what social looks like in sports. I need to ask this guy a lot of questions, and I need to be at this guy's hip every day. And that's really where the ball kind of started rolling with, oh, this is something I can really see myself doing. And he was just an amazing person to know and to learn from. Just what he saw on game day, like we'd be going around with our phone and sticking it in fans' faces because they love it. It's insane. Like people are so down to do anything over there. It's such a great culture at the Pickles, and just a wonderful person to learn from.
What were some of the takeaways you got when you went back to school that you learned from him?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
I'm gonna put it on the spot with that, but even like in terms of, even if it wasn't anything like specific that he said, like something that the way he carried himself, something that when you saw him at work during the summer, you just wanted to replicate.
Yeah, I mean he's a guy that was always on, and that like it was helpful because he was also an athlete at one point in time. Like he played college football, and I could understand because I got to know him on a personal level. Like I could understand like his brain, and because he had an athlete's brain, I have an athlete's brain. Like it directly, like the work ethic, like the work you put in as an athlete, like directly translates into just your life and job. So it was like I learned pretty quick that summer that if I wanted to get something done, I had to do it, which is obvious to say, but at the end of the day, it's like you don't really know that until you learn it.
Yeah, you mean you have to make your own luck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If you want something to get done, it's just you should do it.
It seems ridiculous. But no, seriously.
Yeah. So like I left that summer with a really can-do attitude, and felt so like positive about what I was doing at the Pickles that I didn't want to stop. I didn't want it to end. I wanted to just keep doing what I was doing at the Pickles at my school as best as I could, which turned into like okay, like I was out on the field like doing promotion, like I was helping out with, I was doing everything from like promotions, like dealing with fans, like being an outward face, like being a representative of the Pickles to fans, that quickly like added what I wanted to do with Red Den. So like the year before, I was just doing like a graphic a week. Hey, come to this game. But moving into senior year, like my last year, I thankfully had, his name's Hayden, a like-minded person that wanted to do more and wanted to see more out of athletics at our school. And we kind of got together and was like, hey, like, what if we got local businesses involved? Like, what if we like started posting memes? Like, what if we got people just excited and got people to relate to other sports and the athletic community in general? Like, how can we bring everybody together as opposed to just telling people to go to a game? And yeah, that like my summer with the Pickles, like I would not have taken that initiative my senior year to like go shake hands at the local sub shop, to go to the donut shop that is like locally owned and be like, hey, do you want to help us out and like maybe give us a gift card or give away some donuts? Like, we got this game coming up that we're getting a lot of people to show up to. Like, it'd be good business for you.
36.2% increase in profile visits, 47.4% increase in content interactions.
He's got the post up.
Just so everyone knows how good that was.
Yeah, I mean, it was so with that sub shop, it was a pretty smash hit.
Yeah.
It was a pretty smash hit. Because everyone already loved, like, Phil Subs. I still have the sign that Brandon gave me, who owns it with his dad. Yeah, like, people already love the sub shop, but to give them a reason and to give him a reason to go, like we worked together. We're like, hey, like if you gave us a couple shirts and a hoodie, like people would be fiending for this, and all we're gonna do is just tell them to go get a sub, and like that's an entry, like that's, and he was like, yeah, like why not? And I'm sure I don't think he even did the math, but I'm sure they saw some more business, and that was just like a pretty cool, mutually beneficial kind of thing, and I would not have thought of that or even taken that initiative if I didn't pick up those skills and that can-do attitude from my summer before with the team.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I just got from you working with the Pickles was everyone was so tight-knit, and everyone had to be just because of the nature of the work that you learned that was what was necessary to get people to have fun and to at least have some sort of story or to bring people in. Working with the Pickles, that space, did that help with you wanting to like create content or like how did that help you? I think,
Yeah, I think like at that point in time, I had kind of figured out like, hey, movies is probably not it. Like, I don't have a plan. It doesn't seem like a sustainable. It doesn't like living that way just doesn't seem sustainable at this point in time. Like, I have no plan of action here. I just studied it. But I found out pretty quickly that it really wasn't like yeah, making a movie, like that's still, I would love to make a movie. But it's more so like I just am a creative person, and I need an outlet to create, and learning that I can do that in social was just like a light bulb in my head, because as far as like short form content goes, you could pack a lot of stuff into a little time, and I tell people sometimes that like it feels like I'm making a movie every day, because of just like the planning that you need to put in, executing, editing, like I'm a part of it from start to finish, and it feels like a movie every day, which is a nice perspective I think I've put on myself.
I mean, your life is a movie, I guess.
Yeah, right.
To say that ironically, like,
dude,
it's true.
Dude, it's a movie, bro.
It's a movie. That's it. But so then I want to go to a little more present with the Steelers. So this was something that you've talked about. I remember talking to you in London about how like your dream job was working for the Pittsburgh Steelers. First of all, why the Steelers? Why ever the Steelers? Florida, Pacific. Steelers.
You have to remind. I don't know if did I say that to you?
I know you. I know you did. I know you did.
So
man. Unless I'm misremembering, I could be misremembering. But
there might be a little bit of both, because so at that point in time I was in the process of like in this hiring process with the Steelers, and I feel like if I did mention it, it was probably like, hey, I'm in this process.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
But which at that point in time, like, yeah, that's the dream. Like, obviously that's the dream. Like, I'm in the middle of the process. So if I told you anything, it was probably like, yeah, my dream at that moment in time was to just get hired by the Steelers. Like, I needed that to happen.
I see.
And it was, I forget where we were, but it was the day before we all left, which is great. Like, sidebar, the fact that like a group of like, how many of us were there? Like 15, 20?
Yeah, it was like that.
The fact that we all just like, it's a crazy thing to think about now, that we all just like different parts of the country, like-minded, yes, but we were together in each other's lives for like just a little blip, and how like formative that experience was is crazy. Like, it's crazy that a year removed, like I'm sitting here talking to you, and
yeah. Oh my gosh.
it's great, and I would literally do anything for you. Like, that's why like I'm here. Like, it's unbelievable just how little time we had, and how much like how big of an impact I feel like we all had on each other.
Quickly, just for more context, we met through this program called Living Sport, and it's with a bunch of people who are interested in working in sport, who are from literally all over the U.S. And you apply, you get to go on these trips. Our trip was going to London to work for this thing called the Royal Windsor Triathlon, and we can get the chance to see the Mets and Phillies play. This was like 2 years ago or a year ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago. Yeah. And so they were doing that, and also there's a bunch of other executive meetings, networking events. It was really cool for like I guess logistics and business side. It was good for that. Really,
Yeah.
it really was. But what you're talking about, we never met each other. We had a
No.
couple Zooms before that, just like giving us the lowdown about what's gonna happen. About we had some interviews with some people beforehand, and that was it. But no one ever met each other. I met our friend of mine, Francis, for the first time. He lived in New York, so we flew out there together, and then we met each other on that first day. Before everyone came, we had a different path. We chose that other route, the VIP route, right? And
Yeah.
we met like Geraldine. Who else was on that one? Me, Francis. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, yeah, Aaliyah, Kip. Kip, and was that
Yeah.
it?
It was a small group that first
Small group, and then the second group came in the next day, and it was like this, where everyone just clicked. It was so wild, like you just said. Sure, everyone had a similar aspiration to work in sport, but the way everyone just kind of got each other—that's the only way I can describe it. Was
Really,
everyone
that's
just
really
kind of
what
got
it
it?
is.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, we went to London, we did everything together. We had a really tight group. And it kind of it's crazy to think about, right? Like we all have our own lives. And then just for 10 days, 10,
It was
11
like
days.
10, 11, like such
Yeah.
a small period of time. Yeah.
We were just together and we hit it off and it was so cool. But yes, that kind of started it all. I totally forgot what we were even talking about with that.
It was something. Oh, Steelers.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, dude. I've got a crazy story.
Please.
It's like, and this is all in good faith and good heart, because obviously I'm still working for them, and my boss is. I'll just tell the story. It's a day before our last day, and I think at that point in time, like I was through all of my interviews, and I think they were just kind of deciding who it was going to be, and we were it was either, I think it might have been Camden Market is the name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was like one of the last days.
Yeah, we had like free time to just go around and see what the market was. Like there was a lot of food and some vendors. We were I forget who I was with, but we were standing in front of this candy shop, like this really big candy shop. And I get my phone buzzes. I look at it, and it's it's the Steelers. I go, oh shoot, like let's go. I look at it, the whole, hey, like appreciate your time, yada yada, blah blah blah. Like I don't remember the whole thing, but like we've decided to go with another candidate. Thanks for your time. And so it was like boom. My plan that I thought I was manifesting the entire summer, like my plan that I thought I had in place was just like, nah, looks like I have to go home. Like I'm not moving somewhere. I'm gonna have to move back home. And yeah, my reality crumbles for a moment, and then I put my phone in my pocket. I go into that candy store, and I bought the biggest bag of candy I think I could make. I was scooping everything, and by the time we left that market, I ate it all. I had this big gut bomb. Like I was like, let me eat my sadness away here, and fly home with my head held high, or at least try to, and yeah. So for like a week, I was just like, shoot, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. It looks like I have to start applying to other places. I did. Maybe like a week and a half goes by. I applied to the Titans in the sort of the same kind of role, and my manager now worked for the Titans in a social space. So I reached out to her after the fact and was like, hey, hopefully, is there anything like you think I was lacking? Like, can I work on something? Maybe make myself more appealing on a resume / like, what can I do in this meantime? Also, I applied to the Titans, yada yada. Like I remember you said like you've said you've been there before. Do you know who I could reach out to? I'd love to like express my interest, and was like trying to be like a hey, help me out here, like
Yeah, right. Please.
yeah, please. And I get a phone call about like a half hour later, and it's a 412 number, which is the Pittsburgh area code. And immediately I'm like, oh shoot, hello, and it's my boss now, and she leads with like, hey Matt, I just want you to know, like, I believe everything happens for a reason. It's a really great story, and it's just hilarious that it just kind of transpired the way it did. She's like, I believe everything happens for a reason. Nashville's great, but how would you like to accept, like, basically like offered the position to me, and I was like, what? What?
What? Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? And yeah, if there's ever like a felt like I got drafted moment, it's that. I was pacing, I was still on the phone pacing, like I was bouncing off walls when I hung up. I ran, screamed, did the whole nine. Yeah, and that's kind of what that process was.
So
So it was a dream. It was a real dream.
did your boss ever tell you why you got denied the first time, or why they like? What
Yeah,
happened the
yeah.
first time?
I'll spare the details because it's like intricate. Like it's not
Sure.
my business. There was somebody else they offered, and it just kind of fell through. So I was like, yeah, dude, I'll be your second option. Absolutely, please.
They moved the wrong person on the Excel sheet. That's what it was.
Yeah, hey, I mean, when you think about it, like every opportunity I've had has just kind of come from a crazy circumstance, and yeah, I've definitely learned not to take things for granted that way because, holy smokes, my life could be a lot different.
And then you get the call. You're working with Pittsburgh. What happens the next day? So, 24 hours later.
After like my first day,
After no, sorry. After you get that call, like, are you already starting to pack up, like,
yeah, dude.
get an apartment, like what happened?
So okay, where are we in this point in time? It's living support. That was June?
Yeah,
Like
yes.
halfway through June.
Yep, middle of like we ended like June 12th or around that time, right?
Oh, right. So I got the offer. I want to say a week later. It was probably like June 18th to like 20 something. I don't exactly remember.
Middle
but,
of June. Yeah.
Because events transpired the way they transpired, I was not initially chosen. Like the timeline on getting there was a lot shorter than it is for most people. That I had about a week to move out there.
A week?
Yeah. Well, maybe a week and a half. But
That still seems that seems pretty quick.
yeah, I needed to sign a lease because my start day was like July 10th, I believe. But I needed to sign a lease. Like I signed a lease July 1, and I had about a few days to find a place.
Would you, that was going to be my question. How did you find a place?
Zillow, man.
Listen, everything happens for a reason. You were going to
Right.
find that place.
Oh, I could have lived in a hole here, and I would have been fine. Like I just needed to get here, and
Put me under the stadium. if
yeah,
anything.
literally. I'll sleep at my desk if I have
Yes,
to.
yes. So, right. So you look for that lease, you try and find it, and you pack up. I remember, I think I saw your Instagram story, and I just see like you like rolling your whiteboard like Pittsburgh Steelers, and you had like all your stuff laid out. And I think once we saw that story, I think I don't know, I was talking to someone else from Living Sport, and we were stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my, come on. You moved out there, and when do you start working for the Steelers?
It was so my start date was July 10th
Okay.
of 2024. Yeah.
And that's like right around, that's close to training camp, if that is training camp.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I had about a week or two. I think I had 2 weeks before training camp, which was like it wasn't a bad time to start. Like it was a pretty damn good time to start just because there was nothing happening. So it gave me an opportunity to ask a lot of questions and slowly get into this world. And yeah, for like the first 2 weeks, it was very chill. And then it was straight to training camp. And then that's just balls to the wall like all day, every day. Like I'm working from so early in the morning to so late at night every day. And then I go straight into season, which is the same thing. And then, fast forward like, I don't know, 7 months, that like time was just like it was like a time warp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, just from the schedule, everything moves so quickly. Is there I want to kind of get into a little bit more about how you guys post. So is it more like there's a content schedule, there's stuff that you have to put out on a given day, and then how much is it you planning something, I don't know, a week or two in advance?
Yeah, it's like an intricate web of like, hey, we have these marketing obligations, we have like brands and sponsors and these posts, and they would like to do a social video at this point in time. Like, so there's a longer form of planning, and there's also a shorter form of planning. The longer form is typically hey, like we have the combine, we know what's in front of us, so we can plan for it. Like for instance, this last weekend with Ireland, like we had a lot of time to plan out like what we're gonna do with Ireland. What am I missing? Like throwbacks, our throwback week, like we have a lot of time for that. It's just a lot of layers of like, hey, we have these things that are happening that we can plan for. These things are happening with a little like shorter notice, and then sometimes you just fly by the seat of your pants and you're like, hey, I just saw this on Instagram, like this is a cool concept, like can we do it? Okay, cool. And then we do it tomorrow.
Okay. So there is some points where it is a bit of on the fly, and you have a mixed balance between
Yeah.
both types. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. And then I have to just talk about Victory Monday, the brain rot stuff. I checked. I forget what site it is that you have a link that shows like your best, like all your stuff that you create with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked, and I looked at like the posts that get the most engagement. The top 5. I think actually every single one. I don't know why I'm trying to sugarcoat it. Every single one is some sort of brain rot post.
Yeah,
But
man.
they get so many views, and they're so funny. I'll say one of my favorites is that one filter. I think you filmed it in training camp or in the facility, and it's literally the cat crossing the road.
Oh, not the cat filter.
The cat filter. It actually had me on the floor. I was
Wow.
it was one of the funniest things ever. It's so stupid. Why do you think that works?
I mean, like, that's one of those, like, you can't plan for that. Like,
Right.
So that's a TikTok you're referring to. And
Yes, this is a TikTok.
most TikToks, it's like TikTok. The world on TikTok moves really fast. That you can't exactly plan too far ahead, because something that's going to be trending today is not going to be trending next week, and that's a crazy game to play. So I had seen like this cat filter on my For You page
Get into it.
like twice.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if I see it more than once, like that's probably some reason. There's probably a reason I'm seeing it. And I was like, I'll try it. Like, it's before training camp. Like, we have a lot of downtime. Like, we don't have access to players. There's not much we can really do that's like the most compelling, as far as like story and what people like really want to see, which is just like the team. So yeah, I just hopped into the facility. I held my phone up and I was just played the game. I was like, let me just play the game, and then I posted it. And you can't predict that. There's no predicting it.
I see that, and the Victory Monday stuff is great. I know the Bills do a great job with it too. It's hilarious. To me, it seems like there's a bit of personality. It makes the teams feel like they're a person. Like
Yeah.
if you read the comments, it's like, man, I gotta like who like I have to meet the social admin. Like I have to like, you know what I mean? Like it's all that type of stuff. And I think that just from my thoughts, it adds some flair that I don't know if every team's doing. I don't think every team does it, at least, that you can only get with that certain page, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like the coolest part, that you get to it's not any type of storytelling at all, but everyone
Yeah.
kind of sees it, so everyone's in on the bit, you know?
I think it's something you'll keep seeing. So somebody that I interned with the Pickles, shout out Kevin Travers, miss you, buddy. He's video with the Seahawks. He's a video intern with the Seahawks right now, and he got to travel to Pittsburgh when they came like week 2. So I got to see him, and that was pretty cool. And he hit me up earlier today and was like, hey, like we're trying to do a little more like meme stuff. Like just want you to know, like keep an eye out. I want give me some tips or whatever. And I was like, yeah, of course, whatever. Like have fun because it's a lot of fun.
So this is something that you guys are talking about, that it is like it's going everywhere, you know?
Yeah. It's. I mean, like it's as much. It's more of a team thing than it is a me thing. Like I came into this role at this point in time where they were seeking out somebody that like could help out with that, and that was an initiative that I just inherited. So I really do believe like whoever was in my position like would have been doing this. Like I don't, as much as like yeah I make it, like the credit should not go solely on me. Like there's a one like dude, this team, like this social team is incredible. Like these people are so awesome to work with and so funny.
Yeah.
I gotta give them props.
Please go ahead.
And yeah, I think like just that sort of type of content you're gonna see more of, and it's just because in like this crazy world of AI and everything is all speculation, and people are kind of losing that authenticity. Like seeing something like this, like something crazy, and like knowing there's no way like somebody's brain, like somebody had to come up with this, like you're gonna see more of, because that's what people really want out of social media. They want to see their player, like the players on the team that they root for, in a casual setting. They want to learn about who they are. They want to see their faces outside of under the helmet, you know. So it's that same vein of like, okay, let's like really lean into this and have this page be just an authentic, sort of tapped in on internet culture and leaning into what the people want to see.
I think that's so cool that that sense of authenticity is with you guys, because that's something that, where you just said, is lacking in sport, and or that has kind of fallen off a little bit. That with, as crazy it is, with any of like the meme videos that you post, or any of like the posts where you ask the players more personable questions, you get to see them as human beings. You get to see the team as just an organization of humans. It's not just generated stuff that you have your slotted, sponsor deals. You have certain things. Obviously, it's a business that comes first, but there's also the other side of it that understands the fans and understands the people that they're trying to talk to. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a cool like juggling act to be like, hey, how can we do this?
Yeah, I want to quickly. So for the social media team, I think you've had a lot of really cool moments with different teams, whether it's your baseball team, with the Pickles, with your social media team right now. What can you say about the importance of working with a team and finding the right group of people who are not only like-minded, but also are willing to be open and have fun working together?
What can I say? I mean, I feel like I've been blessed, like in everything that I've done, to be a part of like a team with so much heart and just a love for what they want to do and what they're doing, and to help each other get through what they're doing. Like I said before, like my baseball team, everyone would punch their grandmother to step on the field and contribute. Like same with the Pickles. Like we are all lifting these, what do you call them? Like these like we would just move barricades every day. And it was like, hey, we got to do this, because when people show up for this game, they expect something out of what this experience is. Like we bonded through that of like, hey, we need to get through what we got to get through. We can have our fun during the game. And then with Living Sport too, it's a, hey, like we're all strangers here. Like we're on this really weird road, like for 11 days where we're all just kind of getting we're like we're out of the country, like with strangers. Of course we have to get along. Like, of course we do. And then same goes for here. Like, there's just, you have to surround yourself with, one, like, yeah, like-minded people. But two, like, people with a lot of heart. Like, I if anything, it's you should surround yourself with people that want to see you succeed, not see you fail. In the sense of, like, hey, if I'm playing a sport, like, like, say I'm the starting shortstop, like, the person who's not the starting shortstop should want to see me succeed, not see me fail, so they can have an opportunity. No, there should be a lot of love between the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do. I think that's a big thing that some people miss out on, or that they don't think about, is you can't always do it by yourself, and you need other people to support you, and you need the right people. Because sometimes, right, you might get, people that are just there to say yes or whatever, and, maybe they take advantage, or other things that aren't helpful to you or helpful to everyone else. Mm-hmm. It is finding the right people, and the way it works out, I guess, for you and for everyone that kind of goes into sport.
And, like, as much as that is like a metaphor for sports, of, like, you should want to push your teammates and see them succeed. Like, that's such a life metaphor, like a literal life translation as well. Like, I want this team, I want the Steelers as a social unit to succeed. So how can we make this happen? Like, everyone on this team wants to succeed. And when you get people that are about it like that, it just really makes for some great stuff.
I want to talk about a little bit more personal with managing going away, like, by yourself, living by yourself, and managing those long hours, those long seasons. How were you able to find a balance between being a bit of a workaholic, but also having enough downtime to be good at, have some kind of hobbies or travel? Like, what's that like, actually being by yourself, fully independent and working?
Yeah, it's an adjustment. Yeah. You learn a lot about, like, in college, yeah, you have roommates. If you don't, then you learn what I'm learning now when you learn it. There's always just somebody I shared a space with, / shared bills with, shared meals with. So making that adjustment to just being here, you learn a lot about yourself, and in a maybe not a healthy way, it makes for more time for me to work. But at the end of the day, like, I love it so much that, like, my manager has to tell me not to work. Like, I just love it. I look to do it at any hour of the day. Like, I'll be posting a TikTok at 10 p.m. I'll be real. I'll be commenting at midnight. Like, it's just part of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing that I've thought about a lot, and that I've struggled with, or just had this thought, is when maybe if I actually, like, when I go out and work somewhere, or even people that, that I know that have actual, like, that have jobs, that have their own spaces, I'm always curious about how they are living by themselves, going day by day. Like, it's the little stuff too, about, right, like, eating with someone, mm-hmm. or, right, like, you have an off day. All right, what do you do? Like, how, right. Like, meeting new people, right? You're in a new place. You're in Pittsburgh for the first time. You're a sports fan, so obviously you catch a couple Pirates games. That's also, by the way, a stadium I want to check off my bucket list. It looks gorgeous.
Hey, if I'm still here by the time the next, like, beginning, like, March, April comes around, like, please, I'm in awe every time.
Yeah, like, it looks so nice. But the point I'm saying is, right, like, the points of, like, trying to find ways to actually, like, I don't know, get out into, like, this is where you live now. Like, like, this is your new home. You're starting day one. Was it easy kind of, or was it difficult getting out and trying to be social and as you started your job?
No, it is, and it still is. I got my hair cut the other day, and, like, the woman that cuts my hair is like, so what you been up to? I'm like, I got nothing for you. Like, I've been balls to the wall. I've just been working for the last 3 weeks. So it's a difficult, like, work life. It's a difficult thing to balance, and Yeah, sometimes you feel like you're on it, sometimes you're not. But it's okay. Like, you don't have to be perfect every time. Like, I don't expect myself to be this perfectly balanced individual. But like at the end of the day, like because of these crazy hours, like working in sport in general, like you're gonna be pretty closely bonded with the people you're working with just because you're one, like around them every day like you would a normal job, but then two, like you're doing some crazy things, like doing some crazy things together that you just can't help but be really close with who you're working with.
Do you have some good stories of working with your team and stuff that you've gone to or like you've done together? Like what's that been like?
I mean, I don't know if I would say anything crazy.
Just, like what are some like things? Yeah, like you guys working together. Like what is generally when you have your social team? What's that like on a day to day, on a work day, and then even like outside of work?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if there's a bubble I would be bursting, but it's not like that glamorous. We're in an office, like,
Yeah.
it's a thing. But yeah, like we meet, like we have meme meetings, which is like amazing to have to say.
Well, bubble is not bursted now. You just told me meme meetings. So
Yeah, come on.
the whole episode is amazing now.
But yeah, I think like the craziest part of the year is training camp because the team goes to St. Vincent College, which is like an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half. That detail is not important, but it's far away to where we also get housed along with the team. And when you're spending, it's probably what, 2.5, 3 weeks. You're spending 3 weeks together in what is pretty much like a freshman college dorm, just with the people you work with. Like, yeah, you're gonna get close. Like,
Get close.
There's no way around it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems so cool that you have that group of people, and they're all. How old is everyone? Is everyone kind of roughly the same age,
no,
or
they're a young crowd.
yeah?
Gosh, I don't want to say the wrong age, and if it comes back to bite me, but no, they're young. They're very
Okay.
they're young group.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, right. So you got like-minded people. You got people that want to be there, that love what they're doing. Like, it almost seems like it kind of is like this perfect storm of people like working for the Steelers. Was everyone a football fan, or was people not really football fans? How did that work?
Yeah, I feel like for the most part, like if you're not a football fan, you become one.
Yeah.
Like full transparency. Like I'm as much like I'm a baseball guy, like 100% through and through. Like football is just, I enjoy college football. NFL was like, oh, I would play fantasy, and that was kind of the extent of it. I understood, like I like football, yeah, but it was coming here that I was like, yeah, like hell yeah, football, let's go.
Have you developed any like relationships with any of the players? I feel like you've.
Yeah, like you're in the
little?
same environment.
Yeah.
You share a building. You're with them as much as not as much as, but they're around. Yes.
Okay.
A lot of them think or call me Paul Skeens, so that's.
The players call you Paul Skeens too.
A few, yeah. I'll just leave it at that. It's kind of funny.
We can, yeah. We don't have to say anything else about that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And you
It
actually
is.
got a chance to meet Paul Skeens too. Funny enough.
Yeah, I did.
Which is still speculation. I don't know if that's actually Paul Skeens. That could have been edited, but that's just my
okay.
take.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't.
It's
seen
okay.
that.
It's okay. I know my experience, Billy. I don't need you to believe me.
Who's to say that? What did you learn from the beginning of the journey? And how do you feel like you've grown as a person, either from the work you've done or from different experiences you've had from in college with the Pickles, living sport even to now?
Yeah. So, man, if I could ooh, this is a good question. I think can I put it as maybe the biggest lesson I've learned?
You can put it however you want to put it.
Okay.
It is your episode.
Whoa. Don't give me the keys now.
I've seen what you can do with the keys, and you've done some good stuff. Anyway,
All right. Well,
shoot.
I think if I like the biggest lesson I learned, shoot, man, I'm gonna formulate this on the fly.
Take your
If
time.
I could say anything to anybody, it would be you need to be pretty delusional. Like if you have a goal, if you have like if you know where you want to be and you know what you want to do, you need to be crazy about it. Like you need to be so delusional to the fact that like, yeah, I know where I want to be. I'm gonna do it here at this level. Like I'm gonna do it where I am now. Like I'm so crazy about this that nothing's gonna stop me from doing this. You need to be delusional in the sense of like, hey, I'm at this really small Division III school with 1,000 or so undergrad students. All right, I threw a party for a city, like an entire city for a summer. Like, how can I do this here? How can I do this so that when I get out of here and I look for the opportunity, like I will be like undeniable. So I will say like you need to be delusional in that sense of if you have a dream, like absolutely, and maybe this doesn't sound great as far as like work-life balance goes, but like make it your life. Like you should love what you're doing, and doing it every day should not be a pain and should not be a stress and should not be something that you hate to do. You should want to do it every hour of the day. Like my senior year, I was, not to say I wasn't a great friend, but I was a better friend and better roommate to the people in my life because I just kind of figured out like, hey, I need to make this my life. Like if I want to get to where I want to be, like if I want to get to where I want to get, like I need to make this my life. Like I was very, very crazy about what I was doing in that sense that I let that other part of my life kind of slip and didn't exactly go out and hang out with my friends all that much. Which I don't know if that's great advice.
I think I see the point you're making, though.
But there's a silver lining there for sure. Like if you understand what it is you want to do, you should be absolutely crazy about it. And if there's not an opportunity there for you, like, okay, cool. How can I make my own? Like, what can I do here to do what I want to do in this space? Like, there wasn't Red Den. Like, there wasn't social in athletics at my school. Like, as far as the student section goes, okay, how can I make this Division III school feel like a Division I atmosphere? How can I make this as grand as I can possibly make it? Like how you should be crazy about what you want to do. That's my advice. That's the lesson I kind of learned. And and when you move on, like be crazy. Like yeah, like own it. Like be absolutely confident in who you are and what you can do, because that's half the battle. Like if you get the interview, if you get the email for a job interview, that's half the battle. Like they think you're qualified enough to interview you. You just need to show that you're qualified enough, and being confident and own what you do is like half the battle.
I saw a quote about, I think Brandon Aubrey said it recently against the Giants when he made the like game tying kick, like the 65-yarder. When they asked about that kick, and I think it was how he felt, he said overconfident.
Ooh.
That's how you do it. Now that's sports, that's an athlete, that's someone at the top of their game in that respective field. But it goes to exactly what you're just saying. You have to be delusional.
Yeah.
You can't not be. What you're doing in sport is one of the most dynamic and changing things you can do as a career. There is no there are moments where it's an office setting. It might be a little more 9 to 5 at times, but everything's changing.
Yeah, dude.
Everything changes, and it can change it like that. So you have to be delusional, and you have to be crazy. You have to be overconfident. And I think that's an incredible lesson to learn from any part of your journey, and for anyone else to learn. And dude, that's great stuff. That is.
Like you belong in any room you want to be in, as long as you truly believe that. Which is sometimes you got to be crazy.
sometimes you got to be crazy to be put on a shirt. That's I would buy a million different types of that.
1 million.
1 million, literally a million.
Wow. Wholesale.
I don't need it. I don't have that money.
Costco membership.
Matt, thank you so much, my man. Seriously, this was an
dude.
awesome conversation.
I appreciate it.
Good luck with everything. You're crushing it. The Victory Monday stuff is amazing, but seriously, it's so cool seeing what you're doing. It's truly an inspiration. You were an inspiration for me in London. Get a little sappy, sorry.
Damn.
Seriously, you're awesome.
No, dude. Yeah,
It's great.
let's stay in touch. Like, for real, I would do anything for you, Billy. I'm here.
Exactly.
Yeah, you deserve it all, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Matt, thank you so much for your time. Good luck with everything.
Thank
Talk
you.
to later. All right. Thank you so much for listening. That was my interview with Mr. Matty K. So I want to just get it out of the way. Sorry, Carmen. Again, I totally forgot to mention you. You were on the beginning part of the trip. How could I ever forget about you? You were awesome. Love ya. So sorry. Brain went numb during that time. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Leave a review, comment, like, dislike, do whatever you gotta do. Be sure to check out the other 2 episodes that were posted on the YouTube and or Spotify if you're listening. I really appreciate all feedback and all support. You guys are amazing. From the Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, seriously. It means the world. So thank you so much for everything. More episodes to come, more interviews. This is how the flow is going to be from now on. So, or until I change it up, I guess. Who knows? But thank you all again for joining me on this, and I really appreciate everything. So thanks again, and I'll see you all later.